Making a website has never been easier, and in this tutorial I will show you step by step how you can create your own website. Let me show you what we will cover in this tutorial. I will show you how to get your own .com domain name for free if you don't have one, and then we will install WordPress. WordPress is the most powerful website builder on the web. It powers more than 43% of all the websites in the world, and it's free. Then we will create this website from scratch using a free WordPress theme and a free page builder called Elementor. We will not just create a website, we'll also talk about branding, choosing the right colors for your website. I will show you which fonts you should use and how to create or outsource your logo. Elementor is a fantastic free page builder that enables you to create your pages using a simple drag and drop method. And I will show you step by step how you can do that. And if you want to change something, just click and then you can adjust the content and you can adjust the style. That is how easy it is. We will use global colors on our website. So if you want to change the colors, they will change on the whole website. So with a few clicks, you can change the look and feel of your website. With the header, you can create something like this, but also like this, or this. You can make your whole header sticky, or just a part of it. And you can make parts of your header transparent like this, or like this. And when you scroll, you can add a different logo. And it's all really simple to set it up like this. I will also show you how to create all these pages from scratch. So this is how my homepage looks, but with the skills I teach you in this tutorial, you can also make pages like this, or like this, or like this. And of course, the website we're going to create is optimized for all devices, for desktops, tablets, and smartphones. And if you want to, you can learn how to create blog posts on your website, so you can be found through organic search results, which can help you to get more clients. I will also show you how to create a portfolio page and showcase your work. We'll talk about creating the right title for your website, finding high quality images, add external plugins that give your website more functionalities, like extra Elementor elements, or a contact form so people can reach out to you. And we'll save parts of our designs in our website so we can use it again and again and save time. I will also show you how to copy and paste whole areas in your website with a few clicks. When you follow all the steps in this tutorial, you'll be able to create an amazing website. And not only that, you'll be able to create websites for others and start doing this for a living. Tons of people that have watched my tutorials tell me, Ferdy, thanks to you, I can do this now for a living and you can be the next. Now let me give you a few more practical announcements. In the description of this tutorial, I have timestamps. So if you want to go to a specific part in the tutorial, you can click on the timestamp and you go directly to that part of the tutorial. When I go too fast for you, you can go to the settings here at YouTube, go to playback speed and slow down the speed of the tutorial. And if you want to go back a few seconds in the video, just hit the left arrow on your keyboard and you will go back 5 seconds in the video. And now if you want to, you can go to the YouTube settings and change the audio track to a different language. If you can appreciate that I made this video for free, then please like the video. And now let me tell you about a few important steps we're about to take. So first, you get your free domain name and we will get web hosting. What is a domain name? A domain name is the address of your website. Web hosting is a special computer that's turned on 24/7 that contains all your files, all your emails, all your images, all the content on your website. So with your free domain name and web hosting, you are visible on the internet. Then we will install WordPress, and WordPress is completely free. It's the best tool to create a website without having to know anything about coding because WordPress is doing all the hard stuff for you. And then the third thing, you will create your website. And for the website we will make, people can charge thousands of dollars, but I will show you for free how you can do it yourself. If you already have a domain and web hosting, you can do two things. You can migrate your current website to this amazing web hosting platform. And I have a tutorial here that can show you step by step how you can do that. And if you already have installed WordPress, you can skip step 2 and go directly to step 3. And I will show you right now where you need to go in the tutorial in order to follow along from that point on. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. If you already have a domain name and web hosting, you can skip this part. If you don't have it, you can go to webhosting72.com, hit enter. And then you can click over here to go to Hostinger. Through the years, I've been searching for the best web hosting companies that are also affordable. And then I came across Hostinger. I've already been using their service for 7 years and I love it. And I'm not the only one. If you take a look at the reviews at Trustpilot, you see that other people are also really excited about Hostinger. And if you take a look at Google Trends, you see that Hostinger is taking over the web hosting industry. And why? Because their quality is top-notch and they're really affordable. So I can click over here on Claim Deal, and then you'll see 3 plans and I will make it really easy for you. The premium plan offers 25 GB of SSD storage. That's quite fast, but the business plan offers 50 GB of NVMe storage. NVMe storage is up to 5 times as fast as SSD storage. So I would go with the business plan. Why not the cloud startup plan? Because you can always upgrade later. So when you would have created 30 websites with the business plan, then it would be great to upgrade to the cloud startup plan. But when you're getting started, I highly recommend the business plan. So what does the business plan have? Well, as I said, you can have up to 50 websites. You get 50 gigabytes of NVMe storage. 50 gigabytes is more than enough. You get a free domain. With other web hosting companies that cost money, but here at Hostinger, you get it for free. You get unlimited free SSL, which will make your website secure. You get daily backups, free CDN, which will make your website fast all over the world. What I also really like about Hostinger is that you get free domain privacy. What does it mean? Normally when you register a domain name, all your information, your address, your phone number, your email address will be visible on the internet. And when that information is available on the internet, a lot of people can send you spam emails with, hey, I can make a website for you, I can make a logo for you. You don't want that. With domain privacy, that will be hidden. And with other web hosting companies that cost money, but here with Hostinger, it is free. And to make it even better, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you somehow don't like the service, you can get your money back, no questions asked. So I scroll down and I click on choose plan, and then it says you pay $30.99 per month, but I can give you extra discount. So if you click over here, have a coupon code, you can fill in Ferdy, click on apply, and you get 10% extra discount and you pay $3.59. Hostinger will reward you if you go for a longer period. So the first period you get web hosting, you get extra discount. So if you would go for 4 years, 48 months, you pay $3.59 per month for the next 4 years. The only thing is you have to pay right now. If you want to go for 12 months, click over here, you pay a bit more per month. You pay $4.49 per month. And after your first period, 12 months, 24 months or 48 months, after your first period, you start to pay $13.99 per month. This is still worth every single penny. If I think about how important a website is for your business, $30.99 is still really affordable. And the first period you get extra discount. So or you go for 12 months and you pay $4.49 per month, or you go for 4 years and you just pay $3.59 per month for the next 4 years. So do you want to go for 4 years for $172, or do you want to go for 1 year and pay just $53.89? I will go with 12 months. So I scroll down and I click on continue. And then I need to register. I can do that with Google, with GitHub, or with my email address. So I will use my email address. I need to create a password. And then I click on register. We can choose a domain name later. Then we need to fill in our information over here. So I will fill in my first name, my last name. I'm from the Netherlands, and all this information can be filled in later. So I will leave it as it is. If you have a company, you can enter details over here. So I will say what my company is over here. And then I click on continue. Then there's the payment method. And depending on the country where you come from, there are a lot of different payment methods. So I can pay with credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, Alipay. But if you're from another country, it can be that you also see your local payment provider over here. So I want to pay with credit card, so I'll fill in my details over here. So over here, I click on submit payment. It says your payment's done. Let's go. Set up your servers right away to start using them. Congratulations with your web hosting plan. I appreciate that you're following through and taking action. Now let's install WordPress and get our own free domain. Let me show you how. So I can click over here if English is not our main language and look at how many languages there are. There are so many more than the last time when I checked. So if you see your language over here, you can select it and then you can continue in your own language. I will continue in English. So for who is this website? This website is for myself or my business. I click on next. Do you want to create or migrate a website? I want to create a website from scratch. So I click on create a website. Next. How do you want to build your website? I want to use WordPress. So I click on next. And now I need to create the login details for my WordPress account. So my WordPress admin email is this one. I create a password. Then I click on next. I want to create a blank site. So I click over here. What domain do you want to use for this website? So now we can choose a domain name for our website. And since you get one for free, you can pick your free domain name right now. So I want to go with this domain. And then I can see if it's still available. I want to go for the .com version. So I click over here and then I click on next. Do I buy this for personal use or for my company? For my company. So I click on next step. Then I will fill in the information over here. And then I click on Finish Registration. So it's registering the domain. And now you need to think about the people you want to reach. Where are they living? If they live in Europe, you can select France or the United Kingdom. If they live in the United States, you can select one of those two. I go for the United States, so I click on Next. We go directly to our website. I want to go to Hostinger, so I click over here, Go to Hostinger. I close this, and then here at my domain name, I want to go to the dashboard. Now, here we are at our Hostinger dashboard. It says boosting time, almost 24 hours left. So what will happen now? Our website will go live. It can go live any moment. In some cases, in most cases, it's live immediately. So what I can do now, I can click over here, and then I will see if my website is live already. So I click here, then I will be redirected. And what I see, I'm already live. Look at this. This is my live website, my domain. So if it's not the case for you, just be patient for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And if you click over here, your website should be live within 10 minutes. So what you see over here is the backend of WordPress. This is where we can adjust our website. If I click over here, I see the front end of my website. This is what people will see when they enter our website. And it looks okay, but of course we're gonna make it look so much better. And because we're logged in, we see this bar over here. Other people that are not logged in, they don't see this bar. With this bar, we can navigate from the front end to the back end by clicking here. So now I want to close the other two tabs. This is the back end of our website. This is the front end. On the back end of our website, we can adjust our website. We can create blog posts. We can add videos, images, PDFs. We can create the homepage, the contact page, the About Us page. We can moderate comments when people have a comment on our blog post or a product we have. We can change the look and feel of our website with themes. We can add extra functionalities to our website. We can add other users that can do things for us on our website. There are WordPress tools and there are settings. So congratulations, you're live now. I like to work in a tidy space, not only in real life, but also with WordPress. So what I will do, I will show you how you can clean up your WordPress website and at the same time configure a few important settings so we can work really efficiently. Now I want to configure our website in a way that we can work more efficiently. How can we do that? Well, the first thing, I want to dismiss this message. Then I want to go to the screen options and uncheck everything. So the overview of our dashboard will be clean. Of course, afterwards I want to install Google Analytics so I see an overview of the visitors of my website. And if I have a web shop, I want to see the amount of sales. But for now, I want to leave it empty. Then I want to go to the website, to the front end. There's one blog post that will come with every WordPress installation. And in this case, it is here. Hello world. If I click on it, it says my domain /index.php, all that stuff. I want that to look better. So I go to the backend, to settings, permalinks. And there I want to change the custom structure to post name. So I'll see my domain.com or .whatever / and then the name of the posts. So I click on save the changes. Now I go to my website. I click over here. Now as you see, it just says / hello world. That's so much better. Then I go over here. Howdy, Ferdy Corp. I click on edit profile. I want to scroll down. I want to fill in my first name, last name, and then change the display in name publicity to Ferdy Korpershoek. And now it says Howdy Ferdy Korpershoek. If you want to have an image like this, let me save it first, update my profile. I scroll down. You can change or create your profile picture on Gravatar. So you need to open this link. Then you can sign up, leave your email address, which should be the same as on your website, and upload an image. And that will be displayed over here and over here. Okay, over here at the admin color scheme, we can change the look and feel of the backend, the colors. So I can click over here. It will be light, modern, blue, ocean, etc. You can choose something you prefer, and I prefer the default one. Let's go to posts. I want to select all the posts, even though there's only one, and I click on bulk actions, move to the trash, apply, go to the trash, empty the trash. Then I go to pages, select all pages, bulk actions, move to the trash, apply, and at the trash, I want to empty the trash. Then I want to go to plugins, select all plugins, bulk actions, deactivate, apply, select again, bulk actions, delete. I want to start from scratch with no plugins. Of course, we can add plugins later, but right now I want to start with nothing. Now, if I go to my dashboard, it looks so much cleaner already. Then I want to go to the settings, general, and make sure that over here in my WordPress URL, it says HTTPS and not HTTP. If there's no S, you can add it over here. And also over here. And then scroll down and save the changes. If you need to change it, you need to log in again. Go back to settings, general, and I scroll down. You can change the site language. You can change the time zone. Well, if I say I'm from the Netherlands, so if I focus on people from the Netherlands, I can just say AMS, Amsterdam. I search the city that is in my time zone, and then automatically everything will be synced to the right time zone. Then there's the date format. I like to prefer the upper one. You can change it to another one or have a custom one. The time format, I like to use PM in capitals. My week starts on Monday. So I click on save the changes. Great. An important aspect of your website is your site title. So let me show you how you can come up with an amazing title for your website. When it comes to the site title, never say welcome to this website. Save it. And now if I go to the website, it says welcome to this website. Why not do that? Because when people search for anything, they will never search for welcome to this website. If I'm a web design agency in Amsterdam and people search for web design agency Amsterdam, and I skip the sponsored stuff, I don't see welcome to this website, welcome to this website. What I see is web design agencies Amsterdam, web design agency Amsterdam. And this actually is really cool. I am number 3 in the results, and this is a tutorial I've created last year. This tutorial you're watching right now is even better than that one. But as you see, the things I teach seems to be working because I'm number 3 in the organic search results. Branding, web design, agency, Amsterdam. So what we need to do, let's go back to the site title. I should say web design agency, Amsterdam. So fill in the text you want to be found on. I want to be found on the term web design agency, Amsterdam. Then there's the question, should you have web design in one word or in 2 words? Well, it also depends on the country. In the Netherlands, we often say web design in 1 word. So what I can do, I can go to Google Trends, click on it, and I search for web design, hit enter. The second one I want to compare it with is web design as 1 word. In the Netherlands in the past days, so let's say the past 12 months. What I see, the red one is performing better, which is web design in 1 word. So I did the right thing, web design agency. And then the location, because if I'm from Sydney, I'm going to search for a web design agency in Sydney. Important keyword, web design agency, place, and then the name of your company. I prefer to use a pipe, shift, backslash, and then web design. So again, if I would search for a plumber in Sydney, I skip the sponsored stuff, proximity, plumbing, 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 plumbers. So I should say plumbing Sydney. So if I go to these results, plumber Sydney, plumbers Sydney, plumbers Sydney. You see how important it is to have the keywords in your site title. And after that, you see the name of the company, or they have the amount of reviews. So when you create your site title, the keywords are important, the location is important, and the name of your company. And then over here, you can have a tagline. This will not be seen in the search results, but it can be handy. So I would say we create highly converting websites. I scroll down and I click on Save the Changes. And now when I go to the website, it will say Web Design Agency Amsterdam. We create highly converting websites. Have you already thought about the colors you want to use in your website? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't yet. Let me show you how you can come up with amazing colors for your website. When it comes to colors and branding for your website, we can search for branding colors, hit enter. You see a few examples. I can click on this one, for instance. What I see is a color emotion guide, optimism, friendly, excitement, and you see all the logos there are. The logos, the colors. This is not always true because you have Coca-Cola and you have Pepsi-Cola. They're both cola, but one is blue and the other one is red, but it can give you some ideas. I also like this picture. PayPal is bluish, dark blue, a little bit lighter blue and even more lighter. MasterCard, reddish, orange, and another orange. BP. So what you see over here with those three logos, they work with color palettes. It's all the same color, kind of. Warm colors, greenish colors, bluish colors, and then in a palette. So I want to do the same. How can I do that? Well, if you want to, you can go to images and figure out some more information, get some inspiration. What you also can do if you want to get some ideas for colors, you can go to coolors.com, hit enter. I accept the cookies, I close this and I click on start the generator. Let's go. So I click on the X. What I need to do, I press the space and then I see some colors. Actually, I see a color palette. So this can be the branding of my website if you don't have a branding yet. So I can hit spacebar until I think, hey, I like that color. Okay, I like this one. What I can do now, I can drag this to the left. I can click on it and think, okay, I want it to be a bit more bluish, like that. Now I can decide to lock this. And if I hit space again, I will see colors that has something to do with this color. So, okay, I like this one. I like to use a blue color and an orange one for my branding. Again, I want it to be a little bit different, so you can do that over here. I can close it. And now, based on those two colors, these three colors will be created for us. Again, until I think, yes, I like it. Well, you can do more. If I like this color, I can copy it. I can paste it here and decide to go with a lighter version, or even better, I can change the picker to hue, saturation, brightness. So I only want to change the brightness to something like this. Same with this one. Let's go to the picker, copy it, paste it. Then I go back to HSB. It's already really bright. So let's go to the saturation, make it lighter. Okay, same I do with this one. Go to the picker, copy the color. I paste it. I want to go for a lighter version. Something like that. If I'm happy with the result, I can click on export. I want to export it as a PDF. I call this one Web Design Colors. I export it. So now I can use those colors in my website. Later in the tutorial, I will show you how you can create your own logo, but right now I want to show you how you can follow along with the same logo and the same images I used in the tutorial. So let me show you how you can get all those resources for free. In order to use the same resources I use in this tutorial, you can go to ferdy.com/images, hit enter. And then over here, if you want to, you can fill in your first name and my email address. And I click on subscribe. Success. Now check your email to confirm your subscription. So I will go to my email account and there it says, thank you for signing up. Click on the link below to confirm your subscription and you'll be on your way. So here I can download the images. So there it goes. I can unzip this and prefer to bring it to the desktop. So over here, I can go to resources and then I want to go to web design, branding. And then over here, 2025, I can find some logos, some colors, so I can get started. WordPress works with WordPress themes. A theme decides the look and feel of your website, and every theme has their own functionalities. There are premium themes, there are free themes. So let me show you what themes can do to your website, and then I will show you the best free theme you can get and that we will use in this tutorial. I want to add my logo and configure the colors into my website, but before I want to do that, I want to use a certain WordPress theme. What is a WordPress theme? A WordPress theme decides the look and feel of your website. So right now it looks like this. This is the 2025 theme. And what I see is the title and I see black and white. If I would go to themes and I choose a different theme. So I click on 2023 and I click on activate. And I go to the website. Again, I have the title, but now I have this and it looks a little bit different. If I would go to themes again, and I click on add new theme. And I go for this one, generate press, for instance. I can install this. And I click on activate. Now it looks different again. So I have a personal favorite theme that has a lot of amazing features within the free version. And we're going to use a free version. In order to get that, we go to ferdy.com/Blocksy. It's the Blocksy theme. Right now there's Black Friday, but I want to make use of the free theme. So I click on free download and we can download it over here. There it goes. Then I go to the website, to the backend, to appearance, themes, add a new theme, upload a theme, and then I can drag it over here. Or I can do the same as I did before. I go to themes, new theme, and I search for Blocksy. There it is. And then I can click on install and activate. Then I need to install the companion plugin that comes with the Blocksy theme. So I click on install Blocksy companion by clicking here. Okay. Now if I go to the website, it doesn't look that appealing yet, but we're going to make it look so much better. One more thing. I want to keep things clean. So I go to themes and all these themes I do not use. I click on theme details, delete. Okay. Theme details, delete. Okay. Theme details, delete. Okay. And theme details, delete. Okay. So now it looks like this and we're ready to make it look so much better. We installed the Blocksy theme. Congratulations with that. It's an amazing theme. I love it. For years, I've been hoping that there will be a free theme that could do all the things that this theme can do. Now I want to show you how you can upload a logo and how to create a menu with pages. And then we're going to talk about what kind of pages you need for your website. So let's do that. In order to make this look better, we'll add our logo. If you want to learn how to create a logo, you can go to YouTube and search for Ferdy logo Canva. Hit enter. You see which video I was watching. And here it says, make a logo, the best way to create a logo for free. So you can watch the tutorial and then you can create a logo, or you can go to ferdy.com/Fiverr and let someone else create a logo for you. So if I search for logo design, you can hire someone to do it for you. Or you can follow along with the same logo I use in the tutorial. I just showed you how to download it. So we can go to the customizer, which is the customizer of the Blocksy theme. And I really like this. It's really simple. You just hover over here. Then you see those three dots. Click on it. Now we can select our logo. I click on it. Select files. So now I go to my computer. I go to the ferdy.com resources folder. Then to web design, branding, and then web design 2025. And then I want to upload my logo. It can be in SVG. And if I hit the spacebar, this is how it looks. Open. Then I prefer to copy the title, paste it in the alt text and in the description. And then I click on select. There you go. Then I want to get rid of this text below. So over here, the site title, I turn it off. There you go. Then I want to go back and I want to go back and I want to go to the general options, colors. Because right now by default, we see those colors and these are the colors you see back over here. Well, if I would change this, let's go to color palettes. You can change the color palette, create a greenish website, or turn everything around and create a dark website like this. It's all possible. I prefer to stick with a light website. So I go with palette 1. And I want to change those colors. So what I will do now, I will go to the resources folder. I double click. So I grab this color. I want to paste it here. It's the orange one. Then I go to the second one. I paste it. Same with the third one. Copy. And then the fourth one, etc. Copy. Then there's the lighter version of the orange one. Copy. And I paste it over here. And then there's the lighter version of the bluish one. I want to paste it there. And then over here, there is white. And this one I don't use. So I'm happy. I click on publish. Only thing is I want to change those two. So I copy this one. I paste it and I cut this one. Better. So this is the text color. So the great thing is these are global colors. So whenever I choose links to be this color, over here I said I chose the global color 1. That means if I change global color 1 to something else, to pink, the link should become pink. Like that. So in that way we can change the look and feel of our website with just changing one of those colors from the color palette. That can be handy later. If the client says, you know what, I want to have a different website, different colors. If you would have a client, then you don't have to go to every single setting and change the color. You just go to the global colors and within a few seconds you can change the look and feel of your website. So I go to the editor over here, design, row background. I want to choose a global color, which is this one. Then I go to the copyright area, design, font color, make it this color. I can make the links orange. And when people hover over it, I also want them to be orange. Okay, let me go to the general area. Copyright, current year is okay. Then I want to get rid of this. I want to say web define. Select it, make a link, HTTPS. We are webdefine.com. To add the S over here. Then I go to horizontal alignment and I bring it to the center. So it looks a little bit better now. Let's add a menu. In order to create a menu, we go to the customizer. I scroll down all the way here to the core. And then here at menus, I can create a new menu by clicking here. I can give this menu a name. It can be anything. It's just for reference, so nobody else will see it. So I can call this Uncle Jim. If I want to, I prefer to call this the main menu. The main menu should be assigned to a certain place in the website. I want to assign it over here. So I can say header menu 1. I click on next and all the pages I add will be added over here. So I click on add items. And now we can add a few pages. So what kind of pages do you want to have on your website? Well, of course, there should be a homepage. That's the page people see when they enter your website. But what else? What else do you want to tell about your company or about yourself? Well, I would say about. And if you want to get some inspiration, you can search for a similar website of a competitor. So I would say Web Design Agency, Sydney. If I click over here, it's a Dutch advertisement. Services, about us, blog, portfolio, contact. Okay, that's what I was thinking about too. So the homepage, the about page. Then I want to talk about my services. Services. Portfolio or our work. That's what I prefer to call it. I want to have a blog. I want to have a contact page. So you see them over here. If I click over here, home, about, services or work, blog, contact. But I want to have more. Over here you have services, a few services. I also want to talk about services, so I will have a sub item over here. So when you click or hover over services, you see the services we offer. In order to do that, I click on add items and I create a few new pages. Branding is one of my services. Web design. SEO. And advertising, the whole package. But now I see that they are added to the menu. I don't want that. So what I want to do, I want to place them as sub items below services. So branding can be dragged over here and then a little bit to the right like that. Now it's a sub item. Below I want to have web design, SEO and advertising. So now it looks like that. I don't mind the colors. We're going to fix that. But what I said before, I prefer to have web design without a space. So what I can do right now, we see web design with a space in between. If I go to the backend and I go to pages, I go to web design and I bring it back. Web design, copy. Let me click over here, the link, change it to web design. Now, when I go to the website by clicking here and clicking here, I see web design without a space. Let's go back to the customizer. We're not there yet. We can style this. First, I think there's a lot of space, so I click on the main row. I want to change the row minimum height. How about 70? Perfect. I can publish it. Then I can click over here. And we can talk about fonts. We already talked about the colors we want to use on the website. Let's take a look at fonts you can use in your website. If you go to fonts.google.com, you can choose a lot of fonts. So you can type something. If I would say about services are work, blog, contact, you can see how that would look. So do you want to display it like this? Well, if that's the case, you can go for this font. Open Sans, really popular one. You can also filter things. So how about show 3 more? Slab? No. I prefer sans serif. So geometric, I can select them all or only geometric. This one looks great. Pop-ins. Okay. Yeah, I like this one. So what I can do now over here, I can go back, and then I can go to typography. The base font. Well, the base font I prefer is Open Sans. I saw that one before. So what I will do, the base font over here, I select Open Sans. Yes. And then the headings, I want them to be something else. So that will be pop-ins. So I copy this, click over here. I only have to do this once. So I click over here, pop-ins, select it. H3, I'll explain later what it is. It's the heading. So when there's a title on your website, what font should it be? I want it to be pop-ins. Like that. Everything else for now is fine. Publish. Now I want to go back. So what is the case now? I click over here. I go to design, default family font. Let's paste pop-ins. And now it changes. So that's the font. Then we have the boldness. I don't want it to be that bold. So I go for regular. Okay. I can increase this, make it a bit bigger if I want to. And then I think 500 fits a bit better. Home, about services, okay. When people hover over it, I want to change the color. So first, the font color 3. But when people hover over it, it should become orange. And then it looks like that. Okay. Well, if you go to apple.com and you go to a certain page, You don't see the homepage anymore. How do you go back to the homepage? By clicking on the Apple logo. That's also what I want to do. I want people to go to the homepage by clicking here. Well, that's already the case. So I don't want to show the homepage. I don't want to show things over here that are not necessary. So in order to get rid of the homepage, I go back, I scroll down, and I go to the menu. And here at the main menu, I click on the homepage, arrow down, remove. Awesome. Publish, close it. When people go to the About page, they want to go back to the homepage, they click over here. When they go to the homepage, they see ready to publish your first post. Well, by default, WordPress was a blog post generator, and now it's so much more. So by default, it shows the latest post. I don't want that. In order to fix that, in order to display the homepage over here, we go to the customizer, scroll down all the way. Here at the homepage settings, I want to show my homepage as a static page, and I want to select the homepage. And for the blog page, the post page, I want to select the blog. Publish, close it. So I click over here and I go to the homepage. I see home. I go to about. I see about. If I go to the blog page, then I will see this, because here we can display our latest blog posts. I go back to the homepage and then to the customizer, because over here I want to change the look and feel of this, the submenu. By the way, we can display it like this. I prefer that. You can also have a line below like that, or give it a background. Well, for the website I'm about to create, I prefer to keep it simple, type 1, like that. So if I scroll down, I see the drop down options. So this is what happens when people drop down. It looks like this. So I go to design, the background looks like that. I want it to be white, but the links, the font colors, I want it to be color 3, like that. But when I hover over it, I want to change the colors. So I go back to general, items, hover effect. I want it to be a solid color. So the whole background will be a different color. Now I go back to design. Now it says items background color. So initially it is white, but when you hover over it, it can become orange. Like that. But then I don't like the text. So what I will do, when people hover over the font color, it should become white. Like this. I like it. Over here I click. I go for pop-ins. I want it to be capital, so I click on the A. And maybe a little bit less bold than the main menu. Great. There's more we can do. So much more. Right now I see this area over here. I have the logo at the left, the menu at the right, and the search icon at the right. I can also drag this to the center. Now it looks like that. I also like that. So it's up to you. You can drag it to the left, to the center, to the right, wherever you want, all using a free theme. I think this is amazing. Let me bring it to the right. This looks great so far. Okay. What I see is that the website is quite wide. If I publish it and I close it, it's quite wide. If I make it smaller, then you start to see it's not totally at the left and totally at the right, but I prefer to have a bit smaller website. There's a perfect size for a website. So let me show you. It's 1120 pixels. Why? Because you can have multiple columns that have the same space with the exact number of 1120. So I click on customize. I go to general layout and I change it from 1190 to 1290 to 1120. Publish. Now you'll see it's a bit smaller. That's what I prefer. So we have our header. We have our footer. Let me show you how we can take it one step further. If I think about the goal of the website, I want people to get in touch with me to become a client. So I want to focus my attention in the website for people to go to the contact form, to get in touch with me. So I want to highlight this contact form or this contact page. How can I do that? I can go to the customizer. I can click over here, go to the logo, or I can just go back to the header. So over here, we have a few things we can add to our menu. So I want to add a button. I drag it to the right over here. There it is. Then I can click on it and I can say contact. The link URL, contact, with a / in front of it. So it goes to the contact page. Then I go to the design, to the border radius, and I say 25. I like the roundings. And then here I can make it capitals. Let me see, is it the same? It should be 500. Yes. Okay, but I don't need this anymore. So I go back, I scroll down to menus, main menu, and I get rid of the contact item over here. Publish. Okay. I go back to this one, then I go to design. Padding, if I would say 0, there's no padding in between. So I bring it back by clicking here. I reset it. Margin, if I would say 0, there will be less space around it. Well, I want to have less space. This is okay, but I want to have more space over here. So I uncheck this. Then at the right, I increase it. Or I get rid of the search icon. And then everywhere I say a design, padding should be 0. Publish, because we have a small website, I don't need a search icon. I close it. And now I'm really happy with how the header looks. We can add another header, header area. So let me show you how. I go to the customizer, main row. If I would go back, I can go for an HTML area. And now if I go to the top row and I click on it, I can go to design, background. Look at this. I can make it dark. I can go back, decrease the height. Then I can click on the HTML, go to design, font color, change it to white, decrease this to 12. And now if I go to general, I can say call us at this number. I can go back, and if I want to, I can have another menu over here with more items. I can have my search icon over here. Of course, I should click on it and make it white. And when people hover over it, orange. So that's how you can have a second area. You know what? I think I will leave that, and then I go to the top row, decrease it a bit more. Decrease it, yes, to 30. Close it, or publish it, close it. So now this is how it looks. We can talk about make it sticky, make it transparent. We're going to talk about it later. 2 more things. Over here, I see the WordPress logo. If I would go to apple.com, I see the Apple logo. So how can I display my logo over here? I go to the customizer. I scroll down all the way here at site identity. And then I can add a side icon. It needs to be a square, and the best extension is a PNG. So I click on upload files, select files. Now I want to go for the fave icon over here. I open it. It is square, 500 by 500 pixels. I select it. I skip the cropping. And then I click on publish. And now you see it over here. Awesome. Over here, I have the color pick eyedropper. It's a Chrome extension. If I click over here, I can see which color this is. It's 341490. And over here, I see there's a different color. I want those colors to be the same. So I click over here. I go to design. And I select this color. Close it. So we have our fave icon. Now this color is the same as this one. I really like this area. There is one more thing. You know, this at the C, it's the exact beginning of the width of my website, and here it ends. But what I see is that the logo is a little bit more to the right. So if I would have a horizontal thing over here, you see there's a space. So how can I fix that? I go to the customizer. Small things that, It's like itchy in my eye, like, ugh, I don't like it. So what I can do, I can go to the logo and I can go to design. I uncheck this. And then at the left, if I would say 10, you see it goes even further to the right, but I want it to go to the left. So arrow down on my keyboard until I think it's perfectly aligned. So the start of this area is the same as the start of the C, like that. Publish. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to get started with our page builder and create beautiful content for our website. This YouTube video is split into multiple parts so I can make use of the audio dubbing feature from YouTube, so more people can follow along. So if you want to go to the next part, click here.